Welcome, speed enthusiasts and luxury car aficionados. Today we're shifting into top gear to talk about something so fast it could give the Flash a run for his money. Yes, you guessed it. We're delving into the 8 fastest Bugattis ever produced. Strap in and hold on tight. It's going to be a whirlwind ride. The Bugatti Chiron Per Sport. You know, when Bugatti thought about making a track-focused version of the Chiron, I half expected it to still have an espresso machine and a built-in jacuzzi because, you know, it's Bugatti and they blend luxury with speed like a 5-star chef blends spices. But jokes aside, what they actually did was take the hyper-grand tourer we know and love and give it an athletic makeover. First off, this speed demon can reach a top speed of just 217 miles per hour. Wait, did I just say just? Well, by Bugatti standards, this is almost leisurely, but it's for a reason. The folks at Bugatti focused more on aerodynamics and downforce this time around. I mean, the rear spoiler is so big, it could probably double as a dining table. Let's talk mechanics. The Per Sport houses a beastly 1,500 horsepower, 1,180 pound-feet engine that revs 200 revolutions per minute higher than the standard Chiron. It goes from 0 to 60 miles per hour in a why-is-my-face-melting 2.2 seconds. They also cut down on weight by a whopping 110 pounds and threw in closer gear ratios to make it more responsive. The interior, drenched in Alcantara, because apparently Bugatti thinks your fingertips also deserve a luxury experience. What sets the Per Sport apart is not just its reduced weight or fixed spoiler. It's a Chiron made for those who are not just content with going fast in a straight line, but want to feel like an F1 driver while doing so. This is Bugatti's offering for those looking for a more visceral, road-gripping experience. Up next is a Bugatti so stylish and luxurious, it's named after a French racing driver from the Roaring '20s, Albert Divo. The Bugatti Divo is what happens when Bugatti decides it's time for a bit of a history lesson. Built as a homage to Divo, it's like taking a walk down memory lane, but at 236 miles per hour. Unlike the Per Sport, speed was not entirely sacrificed here. With a top speed of 236 miles per hour and the same 8.0-liter quad-turbo W16 as the Chiron, it's like that one cousin who shows up at family reunions with fireworks. Dramatic but heartwarming. The Divo gives you 1,500 horsepower and 1,180 pound-feet of torque, all delivered through an 8-speed DCT to all 4 wheels. What sets the Divo apart is its limited production. Only 40 examples of this masterpiece were ever created between 2019 and 2021. It's basically the rare Pokemon card of the Bugatti world. You're not just getting a car, you're getting a piece of history, a story, a name, and oh, did I forget to mention, an insane top speed. When you're behind the wheel of a Divo, you're not just driving, you're basically time-traveling back to the era of Albert Divo, but with modern engineering and luxurious comfort. This isn't just a car. It's an experience that would make even the great Gatsby say, "Old sport, that is one sensational machine." All right, folks, buckle up, because now we're getting into some serious horsepower heritage. The Bugatti Centodieci, which means 110 inches in Italian, isn't just a nod to Bugatti's 110th anniversary. It's a love letter to the classic Bugatti EB 110. Seriously, if this car had a mixtape, it would probably start with "I Will Always Love You," sung to an EB 110. Staying true to its roots, the Centodieci brings an even beefier 8.0-liter quad-turbo W16 engine that cranks out a wild 1,600 horsepower and 1,180 pound-feet of torque. That's 100 more horsepower than the Divo, making it the car you don't want to show up next to at a stoplight, unless you're in another Bugatti, of course. Despite the extra oomph, its top speed is restricted to 236 miles per hour, just like the Divo. But hey, it can dash from 0 to 60 miles per hour in a blink and you'll miss it 2.3 seconds. As for exclusivity, the Centodieci laughs in the face of scarcity with only 10 units ever built. Yes, 10. If the Divo is a rare Pokemon card, then the Centodieci is like finding an untouched, first edition Charizard in your childhood attic. It's that exclusive. So what's the bottom line? The Centodieci is Bugatti flexing its history, ingenuity, and exclusivity in one neo-retro package. It's the brand looking back and saying, hey, we've come a long way, but we haven't forgotten where we came from. Okay, if the Pur Sport was Bugatti's athletic sibling and the Divo its suave cousin, then the Chiron Sport is like the cool uncle who's still winning marathons at 50. This baby kicks things up a notch with a top speed of a dizzying 261 miles per hour. That's right, the Sport isn't just for show. While it maintains the same 1,500 horsepower and 1,180 pound-feet of torque as the standard Chiron, Bugatti decided that it could do with a bit of a diet and shave off 40 pounds. And trust me, 40 pounds makes a difference when you're flirting with the limits of physics. What's more, it even features stiffer suspension for when you really want to hug those corners. Now, I hope you've got a pretty sizable fuel budget if you're planning on maxing this beast out. At full throttle, you'll empty the tank in a mere 11 minutes. That's less time than it takes to finish your morning coffee and croissant. The Chiron Sport isn't just a faster Chiron, it's what you get when Bugatti decides that the already bonkers speed of the original just wasn't enough. It's the epitome of because we can engineering sprinkled with a dash of hold my champagne. Now I want you to take a moment and think about what the ultimate roadster might look like. Got it? Great. Now forget it because Bugatti's Mistral is probably better than whatever you were imagining. Bugatti calls it the ultimate roadster, and we're not going to argue with them on this one. So what's the Mistral bringing to this high-speed soiree? Well, it sports the now familiar 1,500 horsepower, 8.0-liter quad-turbo W16 engine. It's like Bugatti took a look at other roadsters on the market and said, cute, hold my beret. As for speed, it matches the Chiron Sport at a staggering 261 miles per hour. Look, if you're going this fast in a roadster, I hope you've got some seriously strong hair gel. Not to mention, this beauty will be roaring into the market this year with deliveries expected in 2024. If you're already reaching for your checkbook, be prepared to act fast because Bugatti is only making 99 of these Mistrals. This isn't just a car, it's practically an NFT with wheels, okay? Only the Venom F5 and Koenigsegg Agera RS Roadster are faster, but let's be honest, the Mistral has that Bugatti allure. So, in a nutshell, the Mistral is Bugatti's attempt at perfection in the form of a roadster, and they've got a pretty compelling case. It's a beautiful monster on wheels, and we're here for it. Alright kids, gather round because we're about to talk about the OG hypercar, the Bugatti Veyron Supersport. This was Bugatti's clapback to the American SSC Ultimate Aero, which had the audacity to snatch the Veyron's top speed record. So what did Bugatti do? They unleashed the Veyron Supersport and reclaimed their title. Under the hood, we're talking about a 1,200 horsepower W16 engine with 1,106 pound-feet of torque. Those numbers are big enough to make you question the laws of physics. This resulted in a Guinness World Record top speed of 268 miles per hour. Now, if you bought one of these, your speed was limited to 258 miles per hour, which I'm sure was a real deal breaker for potential owners. Just imagine telling your friends, sorry, my Bugatti can only go 258 miles per hour. I'm practically driving a go-kart. And let's talk exclusivity. There were only 48 of these built, making it the hypercar equivalent of a blue moon. If you have one of these, you're not just wealthy, you're I own a piece of automotive history wealthy. What's perhaps most remarkable is that the Veyron Supersport secured its record back in 2010, and over a decade later, we're still talking about it. That's what you call legendary status, my friends. When Bugatti came up with the Chiron Supersport 300 Plus, it wasn't playing games. They slapped a 300 Plus on there for a reason. And no, it's not the score you'd get in a Bugatti-themed pinball game. It's the speed, people. 300 plus miles per hour. Bugatti said, why shoot for the moon when you can aim for the stratosphere? Named Thor, the 8.0-liter quad-turbo W16 engine in this Chiron variant is a godly beast producing 1,600 horsepower. I mean, Thor? Really? It's like they're telling every other car manufacturer, your cars are cute, but can they summon lightning? Now what happens when you put a car like this on the track? Pure, unadulterated speed. How fast, you ask? We're talking 304.8 miles per hour. If you blink, you'd miss it. The Chiron Super Sport 300 Plus shattered the 300 miles per hour barrier like it was made of sugar glass. And to keep things steady at that speed, it's 9.8 inches longer, which in Bugatti terms is like adding a whole new wing to your mansion. So if you're in the market for a car that's faster than the speed of your Wi-Fi router's customer service response, the Chiron Super Sport 300 Plus is it. Oh, and only 30 were made. So if you own one, you're not just part of an exclusive club, you're the president. Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the pinnacle, the zenith, the Bugatti Bolide. When this car was first announced, most of us thought it would remain a concept, an unreachable star. Well, Bugatti went ahead and said, hold my engineering degree, and put it into production. Now, Bolide means race car, and let me tell you, this is the race car to end all race cars. It's got an 8.0-liter quad-turbo W16 engine that puts out a mind-numbing 1,850 horsepower and 1,364 pound-feet of torque. Those numbers are so big, they could have their own gravitational pull. Speed? Oh, we're going past ludicrous and into plaid with a top speed of 311 miles per hour. And get this, Bugatti didn't sacrifice the track capabilities. This is a car that can pull G-forces like it's auditioning for a space program. There's another level of exclusivity here. Only 40 of these beauties will exist. Owning a Bolide is like holding a royal flush in a high-stakes poker game. You just can't lose. When you roll up in a Bolide, you're not just making a statement. You're writing an entire thesis on speed, power, and luxury. Well, there you have it, folks. The fastest Bugattis ever to grace our roads and racetracks. These cars aren't just machines, they're legends on four wheels. Thanks for riding shotgun with me on this journey through sheer speed and opulence. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more automotive awesomeness. Until next time.